Hey, JT fam. I hope you guys had a great lunch. I think the market's going to move a little bit. Looks like it's coming in. Um, maybe it's going to roll over. The selling looks a little bit too strong for it just to be a pullback. But it could be a bear trap just like this morning was. And it trapped a big gold bear like myself. But before we get into the recap here of my morning, I want to ask you this question. Why should you keep chasing this day trading dream? It's a question that we ask ourselves all the time. But hold on, let me hit this first. I just thought about this. This is something that you should already know about chasing this day trading dream if you've been doing it. But if you haven't gotten started yet, if you're thinking about getting started, you want to know this. Okay, the market is not loyal to you. It doesn't care how it makes you feel. It doesn't care how hard you work or how much you work. Sometimes there are people that work half as hard as you do, or not even a fourth as hard as you do, end up making more money than you do on a trade. I know it's not fair, but there's no equal justice system in the market. But no matter what, it requires like 120% and more of you. And even then, the market doesn't promise you a damn thing. Alright? This is how the market defends itself. This is how it weeds out all the non-hackers, the undeserving, those that don't belong in this profession. It leaves you, it creates doubt and fear inside of you. Okay, it hands you disappointment after disappointment. It leaves you consumed with feelings of uncertainty and low self-worth and a strong feeling of self-doubt, which gives you all the ammunition in the world to want to quit. Alright, that's what it gives you. So again, why should you chase this dream? Why should you start this journey in the trading when you have no idea where this finish line is going to be? Why should you keep going when everyone close to you is telling you this dream is impossible to achieve? Okay, I'll tell you, the only thing in life and in trading, let's just focus on trading. The only thing in trading that is guaranteed that is that if you don't try, you will always be a loser. You will always be a failure. That's the only guarantee. That's the only constant you're going to run into in this market. So if you're ready to make that commitment to do what it takes, you got to be ready to give it 120%. Listen, the benefits far outweigh what you have to go through to get there. Okay, it far outweighs what you have to go through to get there. Alright, so if you're ready to be successful, to do what it takes, develop the necessary tools, that's what I'm here to help you get. Okay, I can arm you with all the weapons needed to not only to defend yourself, but to actually win. I'm not going to bog you down with a bunch of bullshit that you don't need, and you know that. I'm not going to sit here if I'm down looking for trades, trying to force something just to make a winning trade. That's how you lose. I'm not going to sit here and short knock myself because I may have made a mistake or something. I'm going to be a professional and look at the market and see, can I maximize or can not maximize the mistake, but can I benefit from the mistake? That's what I look for. I'm not going to just jump out. I'm going to look to see if I have an opportunity to maximize it. If I do, I'm going to take that chance. Either way, if it doesn't work, either way, I'm going to lose. So why not give yourself the chance? And that's the point of all this. Okay, if you don't want to be a loser, if you don't want to quit, if you don't want, to feel this self-doubt, don't quit. Give it what you can. At least achieve what you can. If you don't achieve what you want or how far you want to go, and you can't get to that next hurdle, you didn't quit because it got hard. You did everything that you could. And you can live with yourself that way. It's like the guys that try out for the basketball team, football team, whatever. I remember seeing this video of Pat Summitt. If you don't know who she is, she was the legendary women's basketball coach at Tennessee. And, her son tried out for the basketball team and didn't make it. And she said her first thought was, how dare a coach here in Tennessee will cut my son from a basketball team. But then she started thinking like a coach. She asked her son, did you do everything you could to make the team? He said no. He said, if you don't do everything that you can to make the team next year, there's no excuse. You gave it your all. But don't come crying to me if you didn't give it 120%. So that's basically what this is. So I didn't mean to go off on that. Just this simple question just took me way down the road. But sorry about that rant. Alright, so let's take a look at our trades from today. Okay, NVIDIA. You guys know we nailed NVIDIA yesterday. Let's see if I can pull up that trade. Well, I ain't gonna worry about that. You can look at the recap yesterday and the little video I put on Twitter last night when we were going over our scans. I did share that again. Alright, so the first trade for me today out of the gate was a loss. You guys know me, I am a big bear. Even though I made good money yesterday going long, it was like pulling teeth because I'm not a long person. I'm not a bull. I'm just not. Even though I started out as a bull and I would never short, I'm not. I'm a bear. I can do better when stocks are going down than going up. So imagine my surprise when the market was selling off. I waited until we closed under the 200. Now I didn't wait for it to make a lower low because the wick was exceptionally long. So I gave it a shot. And once we reclaimed the 200 right here, and we reclaimed the VWAP, but the main thing was we reclaimed the 200. We closed back above the 200. We made a higher high. Done. Okay, the short trade is done. So I got out of it, and I waited until we got over the 50. Now I probably could have gotten in a little bit closer to the 50, but I kind of waited until we made a new high. Even though this closed above the 50, this closed again, so that kind of negated it a little bit. But I went ahead and got in. It pulled all the way back, and it did hold support. It did hold support. This is the first candle that closed back below all of this. It didn't close red, but it closed below all of that support. Guess what? This never took it lower. This candle went back and closed back above everything. So I'm like, I'm just gonna let this thing work. I mean, we got all this support. Let's let it work. If we hold this down here and we reclaim the 50-day and all of this, I'm gonna go ahead and add back. And that's exactly what I did. We held everything. I added back. Took profit at the LRC, linear regression channel. Took profit here at the high day, the pre-market high. We got a little pullback and held on to the pre-market high. We see this every day. So everybody that challenges me that this is not a significant intraday level, just look at these trades every day. But it held, got my second profit, and 535 was going to be my last, but I left a piece on just in case this thing ran up to 540. But it pulled back to the 9. It held. Once we made a higher high, got back in off the bounce. Took profit here at 437.50. Then took profit here at 540. I still got a few shares left looking for 550, but you can see we're starting to pull back. We're trying to lose the 9 here. The bulls may be done for today. They may have run it as far as they're going to run it, but I am keeping that little piece off, because if we get another pullback to, let's say, the 20, and then we start to bounce and we reclaim the 9, I'm going to add back, looking for the move going toward 540, 550 for the day. 545 would be a major profit target for me if we get in, and it would be around 541 when we got in this, because I will wait for it to make, well, my entry is low enough, my average is low enough, I can get in on a confirmed hold over 539, but I'm gonna wait. Okay, I'm gonna be smart and wait. I don't need to prove anything, but that's the plan. So again, I showed you guys this yesterday. This is what I use to tell me where the hell everybody is. Okay, unlike level 2 and Bookmap, these have actually executed. You've got closed trades and you've got open trades. These have actually been executed. So these aren't orders sitting there, you know, waiting to get filled. These have already done. So this has more meaning to me than anything else. But look at 550. This is why I said, if we hold 540, if we get back above 540 and hold 540, 545, 550, these big ones are on deck. And you see why I'd have my profit targets the way I do. If we don't have any, you know, chart support or resistance, 52-week high breakout like we're seeing here, I'm using the option flow to kind of pinpoint where we can turn around. And that's all this is. So it's really simple. I just use it to tell me it works. It's not something that can be manipulated. Again, these orders have already gone through. They're already players in the game. The other trade I took, so obviously this has negated this 2-3 times. So no big deal on it. I did have a little hiccup on Microsoft. I actually thought I was looking at EMPH. I honestly thought I was looking at the EMPH chart. Okay, but it was the Microsoft chart. And so I vetted it and everything. So even though it wasn't the stock I thought I was looking at, I vetted the chart, I vetted the move, and it was a possibility. But again, this morning was a short trap. And, I got caught in the short trap. If I had flipped this and gone long with it, I would have made some money on it too. But remember, Microsoft was on our list. I watched last night. Meta was on our watch. You can see everything was a bear trap this morning. 100% bear trap, except for Tesla. Now, if a lot of people in the room here this morning made good money on Tesla. Tesla turned out not to be a bear trap. It turned out not to be a bear trap. So a lot of you guys really nailed this, and I applaud you for it. Unfortunately, I was in the wrong trade. No, here's the 5-minute opening range low right here. Unfortunately, I was in the wrong trade. Or, going short. But all in all, another really good day. The hiccup, the short traps that I fell into did not break me, because I did manage my risk. I did know when to get out. So everything's everything today. So don't know how the rest of the day is going to go. Not sure if we're going to get another move. Again, my plan on NVIDIA is to add, because we held. I want to add over 540. So that's the plan. Looking to add over 540. Looking for the move to 545. 545. And then 550. Potentially by the end of the day. But I know we're going to get 550 before this thing pulls back. Has a significant pullback. Based on technical analysis, that's what I see. So that's it, guys. Wrapping it up. You guys have a great rest of the day. And if you're gone, I will see you first thing in the morning. Hopefully the storms will be gone and everything won't be knocked out for a couple hours again.